The technology revolution. The first computers used vacuum tubes for security and magnetic drums for memory, and were often enormous, taking up entire rooms. They were very expensive to operate, and in addition to using a great deal of electricity, generated a lot of heat, which was often the cause of malfunctions. First-generation computers relied on machine language to perform operations, and they could only solve one problem at a time. Input was based on punch cards and paper tape, and output was displayed on printouts.
Transistors replaced vacuum tubes and ushered in the second generation of computers. The transistor was invented in 1947 but did not see widespread use in computers until the late 1950s. The transistor was far superior to the vacuum tube, allowing computers to become smaller, faster, cheaper, more energy efficient, and more reliable than their first-generation predecessors. Though the transistor still generated a great deal of heat that subjected the computer to damage, it was a vast improvement over the vacuum tube.
The development of the integrated circuit was what made the change from second to third generation computers so drastic. Transistors were miniaturized and placed on silicon chips called semiconductors, which drastically increased the speed and efficiency of computers. Instead of punch cards and printouts, users interacted with third-generation computers through keyboards and monitors and interfaced with an operating system which allowed the device to run many different applications at one time with a central program that monitored the memory. Computers for the first time became accessible to a mass audience because they were smaller and cheaper than past generations.
The microprocessor brought the fourth generation of computers to a whole new level. What used to fill up an entire room now could fit in your hands. The Intel 4004 chip, developed in 1971, located all the components of the computer, from the central processing unit and memory to input-output controls on a single chip. As the smaller computers became more powerful and sophisticated, they would be linked together to form networks, which late on led to the development of the internet, which we obviously still use this day on a daily basis.
The fifth-generation computers are still in the working today, but are now most commonly known as the Mac. The use of parallel processing and superconductors is helping to make these computers advance to what now can be as light as 2.4 pounds and about $1,000 on average. Now that almost every student in the U.S. has access to this highly innovative product, social networking and business users have skyrocketed. Computers used to be used by only high-educated scientists and researchers, but are now one of the most common education essentials in the country. The computer started as something you would never expect to be an actual computer because it filled up an entire room. As technology got better, the size and price of the computer decreased and the amount of computer users increased.
What you can do online now is what you can do in the classroom. Small discussions, presentations, and asking questions don't always have to take place in person, but now can be done on the computer. Most of our education-based projects are done through the internet with the use of computers. It has advanced society in a way like never before. Anyone now has access to anything they want by simply typing in what they would like to search and by clicking on the trackpad. It could not get any simpler.
As technology advances, it creates drive and motivation to take it to the next level. Consumers keep wanting more and more. They crave sophisticated databases, easy-to-use websites, and anything fast and easy to use. There's always a way to make things better, which is why people need and desire revolutionary change in the way technology is used. Compared to the population in the United States, over half that own and have access to computers and is expected to grow even more in the coming years. As Albert Einstein would say, it has become appallingly obvious that our technology has exceeded our humanity.